Good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Keely Chalmers with a look at your forecast. And while we wrap up summer, we have several days left of summer before fall officially starts on Monday. We are going to feel like summer this weekend as temperatures climb once again into the low 80s. Certainly a little bit cooler today. We've got lots of sunshine, but temperatures are going to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So let's go ahead and take you outside right now for a live look out over Denver. 69 degrees. That is the current temperature. Outside the 9 News studios, the winds, they are calm. Current temperatures, we're starting to warm up in the 60s, 70 degrees already in Greeley, 71 in Fort Collins. We're at 55 in Leadville, always chilly in Leadville, 64 in Eagle, and 73 in Grand Junction. So topping our weather headlines, plenty of sunshine today, highs in the low to mid 70s. We are warming up even more so for tomorrow as that ridge of high pressure builds in. It's not like a super amplified ridge by any means, but it is going to keep us pretty dry, fairly quiet, although on Saturday we do have some storms bubbling up over the high country and just a few of them sliding down over the plains. Storm chances, they stay low. No severe risk for especially here in the metro area. We could get some strong storms out across the east on Saturday. We'll talk about that in just a second. I'm going to kind of break that down for you here as we head through your forecast. But as for today, mostly sunny, 74 degrees. Your average high is 79, so about 5 degrees cooler than that. And temperatures topping out the upper 60s, low to mid 70s across the plains, 50s and 60s in the mountains, 81 degrees. That's the forecast high for Grand Junction. Live radar, we're quiet right now. We are dry and we're going to stay that way. Really, the only moisture we're seeing in our atmosphere in the form of some clouds moving through this evening. We do, as you can see there from the southwest, some increase in clouds as we head into tomorrow morning. We are tracking a disturbance that will be kind of rotating the moisture in over the high country for Friday. Saying dry Friday for the plains, although we will likely see 1 or 2 showers or storms on Saturday afternoon. Marlins at the Rockies. So the Rockies playing 1:10 this afternoon. It is going to look nice outside. Beautiful baseball weather, plenty of sunshine. First pitch 68 degrees, fifth inning 71. We're at about 73 degrees by the 9th inning, so we're staying dry. We're staying fairly mild. I would say, you know, maybe want to grab a jacket if you're heading out. Could be a little bit cooler, but certainly going to be dry and don't have to bring any type of rain gear for today's game. Mostly clear tonight. Overnight lows dropping down to about 51. We are calm, we are cool. And so our forecast lows in the upper, well, basically the 40s and low 50s across the plains. That is pretty seasonal. It's pretty normal for this time of the year, 30s for the mountains. So here is our weather pattern. We've been talking about that ridge of high pressure. So you can see it's a little flat, not really amplified. In other words, not a big ridge with this, but you can clearly see a little bit of a ridge, or more of a flattened ridge. And that is going to bring us pretty quiet weather over the next several days. But again, we are getting that moisture rotating into our area on Saturday. You can see that Gulf moisture kind of pulling, not just the Gulf, really not the Pacific moisture, pulling that Pacific moisture into Colorado. And that is what is going to bring us, again, those showers and storms over the mountains, with some of them sliding down over the plains Saturday afternoon. But for tomorrow, we are mostly sunny, we are warm, we are dry, 81 degrees. That is our forecast high. Temperatures across the plains mainly in the 80s, 79 in Lyman, 78 in Colorado Springs, the normal cooler spots. But other than that, we're going to see a lot of 80s across the plains, and temperatures cooler in the mountains. We'll see 60s and 70s and mid 80s out across the western slope as well. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, again, 80s starting tomorrow, continuing right on through Monday, which is the first official day of fall, but still going to feel a little bit like summer with highs right around 80 degrees, 79 on Tuesday. And we are looking at a high of 82 degrees on Wednesday. So a very nice, kind of quiet 7-day forecast for you. I do want to show you this one thing. We're talking about the first official day of fall and how it's kind of been feeling a little bit like fall out there, especially with those cool temperatures overnight and those cool mornings, kind of feeling like fall. Well, here it is. Your last 7 p.m. sunset of the year is tomorrow. So again, those days, they are getting shorter. So fall, yes, we will welcome you, many with open arms on Monday. A lot of folks getting ready for the fall and of course the snowy season and the winter. So that's always nice. But in the meantime, one last taste of summer with those temperatures climbing into the 80s tomorrow. And we're going to stay in the 80s right on through Monday. That is a quick look at your weather on this Thursday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Keely Chalmers.